Welcome. This is video 1-1, which will provide an introduction to our course, Managerial Accounting. And as you know, on the screen in front of you is the course page from Flagler's LMS system. Managerial Accounting is the first of two courses presented in the area of managerial and cost accounting. And let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing this semester. On the course's homepage, you'll note two columns of links, which are very important. The first is the bookmarks, where the course video tutorials are located. Along and next to that, to the right, is the handouts, where you will download files that will be used throughout the course. The method of delivering information in this course is similar to what we used previously in Intermediate 1. For those of you who did not take Intermediate 1 last term with me, let me just quickly describe what we're doing. The key to understanding is broken down to several components. Typically in a college course, the knowledge and application of key concepts and terminology would be introduced through the process of lecturing. You would then be given assignments where you would go and do higher learning, analysis, and application on your own. And these are much more difficult. Maybe if class time was enough, there might be the quick introduction of a demonstration problem, which would be similar to a lecture in that you would sit passively while the instructor talked to you. Well, we're going to flip that around a little bit. The best way, I believe, for you to learn the basics is in a method that best suits you. Traditionally, this is done through reading, by reading the chapters, and that's probably still the best. Well, you'll have other methods available to you. You'll have these series of video lectures, which will replicate what would normally be done in the classroom. You'll have the availability of the PowerPoint presentations, which summarize the chapter reading. And we will also utilize technology through the use of a service provided by McGraw-Hill, the publisher of the textbook, called Connect. So prior to each class, you would be expected to take advantage of one of these modes of learning: reading, watching the video, reviewing the PowerPoint, and/or doing what we're going to be calling topic drills, which is the answering of a series of questions in the online environment that is provided through Connect. The idea here is that you will come to class with an understanding of this basic material, where then we can go and apply this material through a series of workshops where you'll work on problems, both as practice, then for grade, and eventually you would be tested on this material through an exam that requires you to solve problems that are very similar to what we did in the workshop and in the in-class graded assignments. So what would normally be done at home will now be done in class, and what was typically tried to transfer in class will be done out of class. So let's take a look at some of the components. The video tutorials are stored on YouTube. If you click on this link, you'll be brought to the YouTube page where I have established all of these videos. And as you can see here, there are quite a few. The order on this main page is not very good, so I have added playlists. To make it even more manageable, I have begun to organize each of the videos with links directly to the topic here in the bookmark area. So you would click on the bookmark and you would be brought directly to the video that you want to see. And I'm going to be enhancing this over the next couple of days, and you'll have much clearer links, and you'll be able to use these links to gather that basic knowledge. Next, we're going to be using Connect. Our textbook is actually comprised of 2 books. Chapters 1 through 5 come from the Fundamentals of Cost Accounting by Professor Lannon, and chapters 6 and 7 come from a separate textbook, which is the Fundamental of Managerial Accounting by Edmonds. The books were selected and the chapters were selected based on what we believed was the key concepts you needed to know. Both books are good, but by themselves we did not believe they comprised a solid foundation, emphasizing different things, overemphasizing things that we did not believe were critical for your knowledge. Because of this, we're actually able to set up 2 separate Connect pages. And this will serve us well since, as you know, Connect has a free 21-day trial, basically 3 weeks. So the way we are going to be structuring the course, you will be able to access the Lannon version first, and then the Edmonds. And based on the 2 free trials, you will not necessarily have to incur a cost unless you wish to. So let's take a look at what the Lannon Connect looks like. Those of you who are familiar with Connect, let me say right off the bat that neither book has the Learn Smart modules. So instead, the topic drills will look more like quizzes. So you see here there is a due date. If you submit it after the due date, you'll still receive reward points. Remember, this is an optional drill, and you can do this as often as you like. The idea is to get you prepared for the material we're going to cover in class before you get to class. All right, so you'll read my brief little introduction into this, and again, these are optional, don't need to do them. And then you'll receive a series of questions in quiz form. Once you have completed all 20 assignments, you will submit it. You can save and exit if you cannot complete the assignment in one sitting. And again, these reward points will be added to the quiz score for the topics that are covered. And we'll talk about more in class on day 1. There's a separate link for the Edmonds, and it is set up similarly. In our coursework, again, if you're new to this format, one of the changes that we are making is that quizzes are now done outside of the classroom and are due in general before we go over the material in class. So again, you are responsible for getting down a basic understanding of the terminology and concepts covered in a topic area. You can practice with the topic drills. You can review the PowerPoint. Of course, you're expected to read the chapter, and then you will complete the quizzes before class on their due dates. You'll have 2 attempts at the quiz, and the system will pick the average of the 2. You do not have to take the quiz twice. If you're satisfied with your results on the first quiz, that's all you need to do. The other thing is what we would normally call homework assignments will now be done in class. And these assignments will be worked on in the classroom. You can work on them alone. You can work on them with others. I just caution you that if you're working in a group, you're not just there to fill in the blanks. You need to understand why the numbers that you're putting down belong there. Too often students get a false sense of security from working in a group, thinking that since they got the answers on the assignment that it's going to translate onto the exam, and that may not be a winning strategy. So that's a brief overview. The rest of the course, as I said, will include a simulation, which in this case is going to be a group project, and then 2 assessments, the midterm and the final. And again, we'll talk more about this on day 1. This is just a little primer to get you ready for our course, or go back and review if you have any questions.